time to get back to natural.
Peace, family. Welcome to another Twin Flame Tuesdays. It is Twin Flame Tuesday. I have been in some very deep alignments this past week and this weekend in particular, so I'm very excited to go into the cards today. You will notice that I don't have cute nails like I usually do. You actually get your chakras blocked if you have nail polish on, so I've actually been removing my nail polish through these inner alignments just so that I can get a deeper tap in and downloads and such. So you won't see some pretty nails probably for the next few readings, but that's the explanation there. But let us go into prayer and tap in for the Twin Flame Collective on this Twin Flame Tuesday. I give thanks to the Creator, to the Most High. I give thanks to our ancestors, our ancestral army, our transition tribe. I give thanks to the forces of nature, the Orisha, the Neteru. I give thanks to the angels, archangels, ascended masters, sages, starseeds, sibyls, prophets, gods, goddesses, guides, guardians, divine deities of all traditions. Thank you for this alignment, for this awareness, for this ability as I tap in to these cards for the Twin Flame Collective and search for messages, guidance that you have for us this week. Give thanks, Spirit, on behalf of the collective and myself. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, we're going to start off for our foundation information, Twin Flame Ascension. And then for our clarification, the Rider-Waite, Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot. Switching it up this week, I'm going to actually use the Manifest Soulmate Oracles for our confirmation, which I think I did the opposite last week. And then our Lover's Oracle for affirmation. So let's tap right in and see what our foundation message is. So thanks, Spirit. Give thanks to our higher selves. We got two. Don't see it? Do you see it? We're going to take the two. I'm going to take the two. Look at that. Rebirth, personal freedom unleashed. This is so powerful for me right now because I'm not sure if you noticed my post this morning because I woke up to two eagles soaring above my head while I was on my balcony. And it aligns with rebirth and freedom. And more and more and more, but this is incredible alignment. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. Look at the butterfly energy as well there in terms of the soaring energy. Very air-like energy that is tapping in as well to this Aquarius new full moon that we just had and connecting with the air elements and just again that release of soaring and spreading our wings and personal freedom unleashed. This is so important for us on the Twin Flame journey to tap into personal freedom and to not be kind of bogged down and stuck by the external connection. In many ways, we do focus sometimes too much on the outward and calling in our Twin Flame and wanting that 3D union and realizing that the work is actually inward work. The work is about our personal rebirth and our personal freedom and unleashing that level and that transformation within ourselves, and the rest just falls into place. When we put too much focus on the outward, it's really hard for us to actually come into alignment because at the end of the day, this is about sharing a soul frequency with another person. But if we are disconnecting from our own alignment with our own souls, then how are we supposed to come into union with that other half of us, right? Reprogram your soul. Release, raise, reclaim. We've got this energy of releasing, of unleashed, of rebirth, of freedom, personal freedom coming in. And I'm seeing now why these two cards are so perfectly aligned, because the reprogramming that is needed is in regards to rebirth, is in regards to the inward focus and the healing in many ways, right? The release, the raise, and the reclaim is coming back into union with self, with source. Everything else is automatic. It has to start with us. It has to start within. Look at this image of this golden heart, which is also bringing in the alignment with the eagle and golden eagles and just the alignment of how connected the eagle is to solar energy. And the sun is about our individual progression. It's about our ego self in many ways, right? The personal self. And even the journey of the ego self is, in one part, it's about dissolving the ego and not letting the ego kind of take over, because the ego is very much of a mental construct. But remembering that it's all about the heart. That manifestation, it starts with the heart. The healing is remembering to tell our minds that our hearts are fine, our hearts are healed, our hearts are happy, and that encased in golden light and permeating with like jewels in the center as well. Like when we think about just how divinely protected and whole and healthy and harmonious our hearts are, that is what makes it easier to then release and to raise and to reclaim, and the reprogramming happens so much more automatically from that place. And that's where the rebirth comes in. Amazing. Give thanks. Give thanks to Pamela Coleman Smith. Is that coming through? I'm gonna take them. Thank you for the clarification on this energy. Is that all that you had for us? See how quick that came through? All right. All right. And more still, we've got the Chariot that is telling us, vroom, vroom, time to move, full speed ahead. This is an energy of, in many ways, duality on the 3D, right? Thinking about ups and downs, good and bad, black and white, whatever it may be, and understanding that that very concept of duality is a very 3D construct. And it is a reminder that on this twin flame journey, a lot of the things that we, attribute to the separation of twin flames, and especially if we are not in 3D union with them, we have to be very mindful and soulful in regards to the jargon that we use, because we're actually creating separation by actually saying that there is separation. We cannot be separate from our twin flames. And a download that's come even deeper is this twin flame journey, whether you're a twin flame or not, it's about all of us, because all of our souls are connected. It is obviously more heightened and more intense when you find that counterpart, that mirror soul. But the twin flame journey is about unconditional love, and it's about returning to the self. For all of us to do that, whenever any individual does that, we are still doing that for the greater community and the greater collective. And that's why I felt very called and, literally just following the instructions to do this Twin Flame Tuesday reading, because it's not just for twin flames. When twin flames come into that personal union, come into that personal freedom, right? When they release and they come into their raising of their energy and come into this energy of reclamation and reprogramming their soul, it happens for everyone. It's work that is happening on a collective global level, and it is full speed ahead. Incredible. And then we've got our 6 of Pentacles, that is equal give and take, giving and receiving of energy, and tapping in as well to exactly what I'm saying in terms of this twin flame journey and how it is for the community, it's for the collective. The more that we are giving to ourselves, the more that we are giving not just to our twin flames, but to humanity. This Aquarius full moon is all about collective consciousness, is all about the alignment with humanity, new earth, bringing things into the age of Aquarius. This is what the energy is about. And remembering that if you are in the position of giving, to always remember when you are in the position of needing, because that role can be switched at any time if you're not doing the right karmic things, if you're not giving when you have the opportunity to give, if you're not generous when you have the opportunity to be generous, or if you're doing the opposite, if you're trying to take from someone, if you're trying to swindle someone, if you're trying to steal from someone, if you're trying to dupe someone, this is an energy that will always come back to you. So it's so much more important to be in alignment with giving. And then the blessings come through in the Ace of Wands, coming in with the energy of passion and creativity and new beginning in terms of a passion project, an idea, a alignment, a connection. And this coming through for me, the Ace is about that. 1 is the magic number. Remembering the self always has to come first. And the self in regards to our passions and our purpose and our heart-centered again. When we think about manifesting whatever it is that we want to manifest, we have to start with the heart. We have to be in alignment with our soul self, with the soul that is in alignment with source. That is where God resides. So whatever it is that we are start with the self. Trying to figure out who am I? And again, I always say that it's not about seeking and finding the self. It's about remembering and returning to the self, because again, that is where source is. So whatever passion projects that you may have or you're not really sure about, just tap in within, just go deep within. You are going to find those answers. Start with 1. 1 is the magic number. Start with you. That is a rebirth. That is the reprogramming of your soul that is here. And it's a blessing that's always given from the ancestors, from the angels, from source self. And it's always something that is growing, that there's buds, there's things that are happening. Again, it's like the alignment with the rose. And all the rose needs to do is bloom. The bees come to the rose to pollinate. Everything comes to the rose. The rose doesn't have to seek. The rose doesn't have to reach for anything. All she has to do is bloom. All you have to do is bloom. And remember your strength. Because with the strength card coming in reverse is saying that we are not in alignment with that infinite abundance that is meant for us. We just had Lionsgate energy. Portal opened up. We walked through that portal. And in some ways it feels like we're still questioning it. And I think the reason that it feels like we may be questioning our personal strength, right? Tapping into our personal strength and personal freedom is because in some ways we feel like we're still waiting for someone. We're still waiting for that love. We're still waiting for the twin flame to come through. We're still waiting for the, separation to be broken or for to be unblocked. Some twin flames are literally blocked by their other twin flame. People just completely disappear, whatever it may be. And it makes us sometimes feel unworthy, like we're not enough or we did something wrong. And this is where we're only able to really harp on that kind of unworthiness by questioning somebody else's perspective about us. This is where the Ace of Wands comes back in, where it's about you. It starts with you. How do you see you? How do you feel about you? Because ultimately, even in calling in another counterpart, if we don't see ourselves in the way that we want them to see us, how is that going to translate? How are they going to see us in the way that we hope to be loved if we don't love ourselves in that way, if we don't see ourselves in that way? That's why this time is for solo. That's why there's quote unquote separation, because we're not fully in alignment with our personal freedom, with our personal strength, with the reprogramming, with the things that still need to be released and raised up and reclaimed. The first thing to reclaim is our infinite abundance in regards to our strength, in regards to what we've been put on this planet to do, and the infinite alignment with source, with nature. When we're on the twin flame journey, we are supposed to be on the front line, soldiers, SOUL, of love. But we're not going to be able to align with that if we don't actually see that when we look in the mirror. If we are tapping in to self-imposed restrictions, we've got a double 8 energy here. And this is not the direction that we want these cards to come in, right? If anything, we want the strength card to be upright, and we want this 8 of swords to be in reverse to show that we're over those self-imposed restrictions, to show that we are in alignment with our power. But that's not what's coming through for us right now, this week anyway. Because I think that some of us, I'm feeling that some of us, again, are really just attributing too much to what we feel is not as together as we want it to be in regards to someone else, in regards to them, in regards to our counterpart, in regards to the love that we're hoping for and seeking for, and especially if we had a taste of it and now it's just gone. So we kind of stay trapped, even though we know that we can walk away. As much as it looks like she's behind swords and can't get out and blindfolded, can't see the way forward and bound, wrapped up, she could still walk forward, but the walking forward would require faith, especially when you can't see the way forward. You don't know if you're going to fall off a cliff, but if you have full faith in yourself and in source and in the creator, you keep moving. You keep moving, full speed ahead, regardless of not being able to see the way forward or knowing exactly what's going to happen ahead of the game. You are ahead of the game. And the more that you align with that, the more that you actually believe in that, again, that's the leap of faith, right? That's that choosing to walk forward even though when you can't see what's coming. taking one step at a time. That's all it takes. Every day, one step at a time. And that's what's going to bring this energy upright and turn this one upside down. Because it does require a great deal of strength to walk when you're blind, to walk forward blindfolded, where you can't even reach your arms out to see where you're going, right? Like that takes a lot of faith, that takes a lot of strength. That's the test. That's the test. Again, if this is about soldiers of love on the front lines, this is preparation. This is training. And Spirit needs to know that we're really made of this stuff. And if we've already been chosen to be on the twin flame journey, clearly we are made of this stuff. But we are only as strong as we think that we are. We are only as bound and restricted as we think we are. Release yourself from that. Release. Raise yourself. Raise your energy. Personal freedom. Unleash it. Get into the energy of rebirth and reprogramming our souls. It's all coming through. And then we've got it right here, the devil energy in reverse. The things that we are addicted to, the things that make us feel guilty, the things that we're ashamed of. This is also about a lack of self-trust. And that's what's creating this lack of strength. I think that on the twin flame journey, especially when things don't just happen all like, beautiful, happy rainbows all the time, which it's not how it's supposed to go down. The twin flame journey is supposed to teach us the most in-depth parts of ourselves. It's supposed to rip us apart and put us back together again. That's what it is, period. So if we're not strong enough to be able to experience those things and not absorb them in a negative way, then we're not living the purpose that our souls are meant to live. Our soul's dream is our life incarnate. And we come to this earth and we forget our quest. So we have to remember it. But then when we are inundated with devil energy and low vibrations and in doubts and fears and things not going so smoothly, and then we want to kind of get succumbed and oh no, it didn't work out again, and oh, I miss him or I miss her, or oh, why isn't it coming together, I love them, why isn't it? And then we start to do that stuff. That's devil energy stuff. But we've got this in reverse. So this is telling me that we are getting over that. This is telling me that we do want to walk away. We do want to have the faith. We do want to remember our strength. Again, reversals may come to say that we're not there yet, but the card would not come through if it was not a part of you, if it was not what you are meant for. So you are meant for strength. You are meant to move forward. And you are meant to walk away from this devil energy. This is also in regards to any current energies that are around you. This is also a warning of any false flames that could be around you. To pay attention so that you are really, really sure that this is the right energy around you. Twin flames aren't supposed to make you feel down in the dumps. It's supposed to be intense. It's supposed to be, climactic. It's supposed to be passionate. It's supposed to be confusing. All of those things, absolutely. But it's not supposed to make you feel bad. It's not supposed to make you question and doubt yourself and have these energies of feeling addiction and shame and guilt and feeling shackled to someone or shackled to the devil energy itself. So I do see, this rebirth. I see the reprogramming that's happening right now. I see us tapping into the gifts that we're given, because this is the thing too, right? The reversal in this devil energy, when you see the two energies here, this is telling us why it's important to focus on the one. Because when we're too focused on shackling ourselves and finding and getting and, oh, now I'm going to be complete, we are overlooking that we are already complete. The notion as well that the twin flame journey is one soul that is split in half it's a symbolic element. It's not literal. Your soul is complete. You just share a frequency. You share a chakra system. It's more an energetic alignment, not that you're half of a person or half of a soul and that you can only be complete with this other person. And that's what this reminder is. And that's what this devil energy in reverse is telling us, to remember that we are complete. And we have to remember that we are good just the way that we are. We have to be at peace in our solitude in this moment. And if we are not in union right now, it's because there's still solo work to do. And it's not even about solo healing per se. It's just solo focus. It's just solo work. And it's important for us to do that because there is a time right now that is about reprogramming the soul. That is solo work. Rebirth is solo work. When that butterfly comes out of that cocoon, she has to do it alone. If anybody even puts the slightest snip in that cocoon, that butterfly will stay grounded and never fly. You have to do it alone. This is the work. This is the time to do it alone. To take time to know what your blessings and what your gifts are. What are you here to do? How are you meant to bloom? And then let the bees come. And then this is the energy that can't touch you. Because you're understanding now that it is about one. It is about the I. It is about the I in order for it to be about the connection. It's about the me before it has to be about the we. Especially in regards to feeling complete and feeling happy and feeling harmony and feeling all the things that we want to feel in a union, but then we don't feel alone? How? It's not possible. It's literally not possible. So it really is a question of what do we want, right? If we say we want union, we want happiness, we want, abundance, we want perfect love and love ethic, like in Bell Hooks, All About Love, please read that book because that is solo work. That is what this is about. If we say we want that, we have to feel that. We have to be that within ourselves. And then just watch it come. And it's not just in terms of the twin flame union. It's about tribe, soul tribe. Everybody that is in alignment, that is doing that work and coming together within themselves will now start to flock towards you. Why wouldn't we want that? Because we're just so focused on wanting this. Twin flame card, 1111 card, the stability, the harmony, the matrimony, the celebration, the reunion. We are so stuck on this. So stuck on this. And yeah, I get it. Trust me. 22:22 on the time right now. Listen, it is what it is. And it's going to be what it already is. But if we stay stuck on feeling incomplete, on feeling it's not here yet, because it's not. That's why it's in reverse. It's not. But why is it not? Because we're not doing what we need to do for the self. That's the equation. Sorry, not sorry. That's the math. We can't call something in that is outside of us if we have not found it and reclaimed it within ourselves and reprogrammed ourselves and come into the rebirth and the personal freedom. Personal freedom. This is solo work. It has to be before we can turn this right side up and superimpose this energy and be this card. I don't know if it's going to change next week, but I'm telling y'all right now, this week is about you. This week is about personal freedom. This week is about how are you going to invest in yourself and literally detach from the twin flame journey in many ways, in terms of not the journey per se, but in terms of the other. They are there. You are connected to them. They are a part of you. Everything that you do for you, you're doing for them anyway. So you can't go wrong. So just do you. Just do you. It's kind of like, how good do you want it, right? But the more you want it, the more you have to release it. The more you want someone else, the more you have to be satisfied with just being by yourself. And yeah, that's the rub. Yeah, that's the contradiction. That's all of that. That's the duality, right? That we actually have to charge towards full speed ahead. This is like the hangman energy, doing the opposite. I'm sure if I shuffled the cards again, the hangman would come out right now, because it's literally about doing the opposite of what you think you need to do for a desired outcome. If you think that you need, and this is why I also only tap into the twin flame journey on Tuesdays, because otherwise I would be obsessed about this thing 7 days a week, and that's not happening. It's not going to serve. And this is also why I feel like I was called to kind of share, and so that I can express my alignment for any of us on this journey, and feel called on this journey, and know that we are part of this journey, or have met our twin flames especially, and there is separation or whatever it may be. Like, it's turmoil. It is. But it is only that because we think that it is. It's only that because we decide it's so. Because we are too focused on them, too focused on the other. We want stability. Number 4 energy is about stability. But we assume that that stability has to come from outside of ourselves. That it's only going to all make sense when we come into union. It is only going to make sense when we come into union. When we come into union with ourselves. First and foremost. Just bloom. Focus on your passion. The wands are about fire and passion and creativity, your purpose. What is it that you're doing? What are you creating? What are you making? What do you love? Are you a dancer? Are you an artist? Are you a singer? Are you a chef? Are you a mom? Are you a dad? Whatever it is that is part of what spurs you on creatively. That's your gift. And it is a gift to share your gifts. That's all you need to do. That is how you bloom. Just by doing you. Just by sharing your passion and your purpose. And if we get too stuck on external passion and purpose in regards to this twin flame journey, we lose ourselves. And then even if we come into union, how long do you think that's going to last? How healthy is that going to be? How harmonious is that going to be? Which is probably why we're in the position that we're in if we're in separation, because we weren't ready, or they weren't, or we both weren't. Because neither of us are doing what it takes individually to truly have an enduring union. We just can't get caught up. We can't get caught up in the external. Give thanks, Spirit. Thank you so much for the messages. Confirmation on these messages, this divine guidance. Give thanks, Spirit. Wow. Of course. Thank you. True to form. And where does the power come? It comes from within. Where does the power come from? It comes from within. This strength card in reverse. And we've got dragon energy right here, reminding us that our power comes from within, because here we are forgetting our strength. It is all within us. It is all about us. Don't be afraid of losing someone who doesn't want you. This is a feeling that many of us might feel on the twin flame journey when there's union and then there's separation. This is part of the detachment. And it's not to say that they don't want, per se, but if they're not able to align and stay, keep on moving. Just go back to you and do not project any of that onto yourself. Again, don't assume they don't want you, but just tap into how much you want you. And then whether it's them or whoever else it's supposed to be, because again, we have to remember that the twin flame journey doesn't mean that we're supposed to be romantically aligned and connected on a physical plane with this person. Our twin flames could be a child. Our twin flames could be a coworker. Our twin flame could be a best friend, could be a parent, could be anything, anyone. So that's also part of what we need to release of the ideal of the twin flame journey. It also is going to help us not necessarily assume that every intense relationship, oh, that must be it. That must be it. And then we get caught up when things don't work out. Let people go when they want to go. And just come back to you. That's the message. Come back to your power. Anytime something does not work out, it is for your benefit. Rejection is protection. Stop criticizing yourself. You are perfect just the way you are. Perfect alignment. Just come back to you. If they don't see you, it's actually going to be more empowering when you lose people after you see yourself for who you are and when you stop criticizing yourself. The criticism is the devil energy that, again, we're getting over that. We're moving away from that. We're coming away, there's still self-imposed restrictions. That's part of the criticism that we're still kind of inflicting on ourselves. Why? Because we're thinking about them and what they said or didn't say, or why they're here or not here. And then we internalize it. You are perfect. Perfection. Absolute perfection. You are powerful. Absolute power. You are strong. You are abundant in your creativity. And you don't lose when you are in alignment with self and source, and when your intention is pure and good and you are a heart-centered leader, you don't lose anyone. They lose you. Period. That's a quote. I don't know whose quote it was. I know that I read that somewhere, but I was like, exactly. You can't lose anyone when you are the good stuff. They lose you. Let it go. Life is art. Paint your dreams, sing your songs, enjoy the dance. What did I just tell y'all to do? What did I just say? Listen. Didn't I say if you sing, if you're a dancer, if you're an artist, look at them. Look. You can't make this shit up. Y'all saw me shuffle? Give thanks, Spirit. This is why I couldn't wait to tap into these cards today, yo. Because I knew it was going to be lit. Just do you. What makes you feel so alive and happy and creative. And share it with the world. Let them see it too. They watching. They're all watching. Okay? Listen. Give thanks. Give thanks. Affirmations for the collective. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this beautiful alignment. Oh. On the floor. 2 cards. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo. Let me look at this. Beautiful. Reminding me of the beautiful eagles that I saw soaring above me today. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. I will not be a broken record, but thank you, Spirit, for the beautiful affirmation, confirmation energy. I have been saying, literally, like daily with part of my morning prayer and affirmations and water affirmations, all will be revealed to me. I've shared those affirmations with the queens too, one of them. All will be revealed to me. And it's right here. It will be revealed. A blessing. We don't understand. It's not all clear, but there's always a higher purpose to what's happening. Turmoil. I mentioned that the twin flame journey does kind of give us that kind of confusion, and it's all there. My goodness. But just stay in alignment with yourself. Trust the process. And know that it will soon be revealed. Give thanks. And then we got a second card. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And what I am getting here is, again, if we are so focused on the two, and we are not remembering that sacred union begins with one, begins with our self and soul, that is the initial union. That is the most sacred union. Our self with soul. Our soul with source. That is the ultimate sacred union, and it is what connects every single one of us, and then naturally connects us to our twin flame. So by giving ourselves that sacred focus and that sacred love and that sacred honor, and releasing any of the doubts and the criticisms and feeling like we're unworthy, or relinquishing our power because we're not getting the person, or they don't see us, or they're not here, or they stay away, or all of these restrictive thoughts and feelings, that is not honoring the soul. That is not treasuring our personal relationship with ourself, with our soul, with source, and as a result with that person that we're pining over. We're just keeping them at bay. We're keeping them away because we're staying away from ourselves. We are the ultimate sacred union. This is the work. This is the challenge. This is the practice. Honoring and treasuring your relationship with yourself. Everything else is going to come. Give thanks. Our affirmation is, all I need to understand is my sacred union with myself. All I need to understand is my sacred union with myself. Ashe. Because yeah, you can't always understand when it's something else and somebody else, right? But you can understand you. Do that inner work. You know, I've been sharing with the Queendom, you know, looking into your Vedic and your tropical astrology, looking into your human design, looking into your love language, looking into your numerology, like just dive deep into yourself. Meditate at least 20 minutes a day, whether it's in silence or with some frequencies. Go to sleep with some subliminals and take self-love soaks and buy yourself roses and nap and create and dance and sing and laugh and be out in nature and ground your feet and sun gaze and breathe deep and exhale the shit that keeps you stuck and keeps you thinking that you need something outside of you to be complete, to be whole. Let's get some chimes here. Because I can go all the way in, you know. I'm like extra lit today. Right back here for us, reminding us all the messages that we got through Lionsgate energy in regards to strength, in regards to infinite love and abundance, personal power. It's ours. Leo energy is about heart-centered leadership, right? And then we got the sun tapping right back in. Just said sun gaze, just talking about the eagles being solar energy. The lion is solar energy. It's all here. It's all here. Leo season, it's all solar. It's all about the one. It's all about you. The sun is the ego self, right? That's the illumination of your person, of yourself, of your shine, of how you choose to shine. How do you choose to shine? And how are you really shining if you're focused on putting a spotlight on everything else around you or someone else that you feel like you just need so much more than you? How could you possibly need anybody more than you? And are you sure that you're fully tapped in to your shine if you're that disconnected from yourself? Trying to call in something outside of yourself when you're not taking the time to shine within. We have been given the key and the door has always been unlocked, but we got the key nonetheless. The key is to your own heart. The key is to your own soul. You don't ever need the key for that. But we are searching for access to something that we feel we are restricted from because it is outside of us. But there will be no restriction, absolutely no restriction, if we focus on the self. You are yours. They are theirs. You have no control over that. So don't focus so much on needing to understand or have access or try to unlock the puzzle that they present. Just do you. That's the only key that you need and don't need because it's never been locked. That access has never been restricted. So now dive deep. The portal is open. The portals have been open. We're on the other side now. How are we going to use that time? What did we learn? What is different today that, from yesterday, from before August 12th when the portal closed, from before August 8th when the portal peaked, from before 7/3 when Sirius portal opened? Like what were we doing then that now we can be like, oh yeah, I did get some upgrades. Yeah, I do. I'm doing better. I know more. I'm not thinking about them as much. I'm focusing more on me. I'm dancing. I'm happy. I'm singing. I'm going out there, I'm making my products, what are you doing different today for you? That's the question, right? And if you are able to answer it honestly, then you'll be able to actually make the required adjustments or celebrate yourself, which you should anyway, because any little step towards you is the right step. So what is the step today? And how can you love yourself more today than you did yesterday? And ask yourself that question every single day. You can't go wrong. It's the most sacred union. It's you and God, because you are God and God is you. Nothing, no one else supersedes that. That's where you start, that's where you end. Everything in between is details. It's gravy. So I hope that is aligning. I hope that resonates. It certainly is for me. I'm going to listen back to this because I definitely was somewhere else. And I know that it was just from looking at the cards right now. Yeah, good shit. We need it. We need good shit. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Happy Twin Flame Tuesdays. And until the next time, lest we forget. Time to get back to natural. Peace.